Hello everyone. Today's video is going to be about adjusting to the new norm with COVID-19. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Happy to have you here. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date with our weekly videos on mental health related topics and helpful coping skills for you to apply in your own everyday lives. My name is Gabriel Arroyo and I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist located in Southern California. So today's video is going to be focusing on adjusting to the new norm with COVID-19. It's been several months now since we've first got into the peak of the pandemic, and a lot of us have been adjusting our own lives with working from home, self-isolating, and social distancing, and now it looks like many things are starting to reopen. So let's talk about how that looks and how we might be feeling and how this overall adjustment and experience is for us. Here's a few tips on how to adjust with the new norm of COVID-19. First thing to know is whatever you're feeling is completely okay. This is a very abnormal situation, and any feelings that we might have, anxiety, depression, frustration, excitement, those are all normal feelings for a very abnormal situation. So the first thing is to just have compassion for however you're feeling. Many people are really anxious about reopening and reintegrating into the new normal of society during this pandemic. And a lot of people are really excited and can't wait. So whatever you're experiencing, it's completely okay, completely normal for you to be feeling that way, and just having compassion for yourself with whatever you may be feeling. The next tip is whatever it is that you're feeling, you're allowed to feel that way, and you're allowed to maintain your own boundaries. Like I previously mentioned, you might not be ready for what's to come and the adjustments, and some people might be. And that's completely okay for them to feel that way and for you to feel however you feel about the situation. For me, for example, I'm honestly not ready. It doesn't mean that I don't want to. I absolutely do. I'd love to get out of the house. I'd love to go back to movies again. I miss going to Disneyland. I miss my family and my friends and being able to connect. I've definitely been practicing to the T with my social distancing, and I haven't seen anybody for the past 3 to 4 months. But that's because of my own precautions and my own high risk factor levels that I made those decisions. So I definitely am missing all these things, and it's definitely been tough. But honestly, I'm just not ready. A lot of my clients ask when I'm going to go back to face, and I tell them the same thing, that I'm just not ready yet. So regardless of whatever the situation may be, if you're not ready, that's completely okay. And you're allowed to have your own boundaries with what you're experiencing. So some people are ready and they're asking for things and asking you to do things, but you're not. You don't feel quite comfortable. You're allowed to maintain those boundaries. For example, my siblings are amazing. They help me out tremendously during these difficult times, and they do the grocery shopping for me just because I'm considered high risk and I don't want to put myself out there. So they do grocery shopping for me and they support me amazingly. And one of the boundaries that I have is the distance. So when they do drop off the groceries, I have my procedures of how I sterilize everything and before I bring it into the house, and they respect the distance and wearing the mask when they come to see me. But still, you know, I'm still missing them because this is very transactional versus us interacting like normal. So that's an example of being able to maintain your boundaries and just asking for what you need during these difficult times. It's completely okay for you to do. The next part is if you are reintegrating into things and activities and social activities or returning to work, and you're still not feeling 100% comfortable. This is when we start challenging the anxiety-provoking thoughts, the what ifs. They happen for me as well, and so these are exercises that I use for myself, is challenging those what ifs. In a previous video of overcoming depression and anxiety, we talk about challenging those what if thoughts with the possibility versus probability. Is it possible? Yeah, it definitely is. But if we're maintaining our safe distance and our safe guidelines recommended by the CDC, we're decreasing that probability. And that's what we should be focusing on, that we're maintaining our own safety by following all these procedures and safety protocols, washing our hands, wearing our mask, keeping our distance, and we should look for comfort and security within that because that's what the science shows, that we will be safer by doing those things. So if you are struggling with the adjustments of returning to the new norm during this COVID-19 pandemic, use these tips. Having compassion for how you feel, that it's completely okay with whatever it is you're experiencing or however you think about the situation, and then maintaining your boundaries of whatever that might look like while you are adjusting to this situation, and then challenging those anxiety-provoking thoughts, those what-if thoughts with, you know what you're doing, you know how to maintain your own safety and security by following the guidelines and keeping yourself safe. And then lastly, the last tip that I have is talk about it. Talk about what you're feeling. Express yourself. Talk to your family, your support, your friends, the people that you're missing, your coworkers, your employer, and just talk about what it is you're experiencing, and maybe they could help you to work through these adjustments or even work through accommodations to help you feel more comfortable with the adjustments to this new normal. If you have any other questions, please feel free to comment below. I'd love to have a conversation of how you're experiencing this and how you're adjusting to the new norm with COVID-19. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date with our weekly videos on mental health related topics and helpful coping skills for you to apply in your own everyday lives. Thank you.